Welcome back to another instalment of the State of My Black series collection. I've set up a couple more cubicles. I've put some of my expanded universe stuff down here. At the back, we've got the Last Command 4-pack with Luke, Jorah's Cabalf or Sabalf, normal Luke Skywalker. He's standing next to the single release of the Heir to the Empire. And then at the end there, we've got the Mara Jade from the Last Command 4-pack. They're all on the back row. I've just mounted them a little bit higher. And just in front of them, we've got the Darth Maul from the comics book release. You know, I think it's the 40th Lucasfilm anniversary thing they did them for. And we've got that Kanor Jax, who I've said before, but I don't think that character's been labelled up correctly from what I've heard, although I'm not too hot on the actual story that he's from. So I think it's the Crimson Empire comic book series. But so I'd have to sort of check that out, to be honest. Behind him, I've just placed Jackson, just sort of peeking out. Very weird character, but yeah, he came with a job lot with the comic book one, so that's why I've got him. At the back there, we've got two Stormtroopers, I think, from Scar Squadron, are they? I think they've just released another two in the 2-pack to not complete that setup, I believe, but I think add to it. And then just in front of them, we've got Luke and Leia, also from the comic book versions. But yeah, they just go up here on the little sort of expanded universe area. Moving up from them, I've set up this other little cubicle here with a few scenes, or tried to group them into little scenes. At the back there, we've got Leia giving R2 the Death Star plans, like we see at the beginning of A New Hope. I like to get a little cutout so it looks like they're in the sort of corridors that we see in the film, so I think that look quite nice there. Just down from them, we've got a little Endor grouping. Got our Ewoks and our one Rebel Trooper that we've got unboxed at the moment, all protecting Leia. They're all standing quite nicely. I quite like that little grouping. Might like to get some sort of little, maybe sort of diorama sort of bushes and things to sort of just put near the Ewoks there, so it makes it look a little bit more foresty. At the very back, we've got Wedge and Luke, just because they haven't really got any better place to be, and we had a little bit of a gap there, so I thought they fitted quite nice at the back. And then just in front of them, we've got a Stormtrooper on looking as Vader interrogates a rebel sort of trooper from Alternative 4. I'd like to get him raised a little bit higher, and I can't get his hands quite going to his neck like I'd like to, so it looked like he was being choked, but I've stuck him on a little white block for now. I need to print off one that's a bit higher just to give that height difference, but yeah, for now you can sort of see, I think, what's meant to be going on in that scene. But yeah, I kind of like it. Sorry about the focus. Again, I think because there's so many other background characters in there, it's hard for the camera to sort of pick out who I'm talking about. Just to the left of that, I've got that Doorable sort of setup nearly done, like I was showing last week. On the back couple of rows, I've sort of got all these Series 1 ones all completed up there. Finally got my Series 1 done. Moving down, we're going to Series 2, and I've got most of them. I think I'm just missing the Boba Fett and the R5, so I'll try and look on sort of resale sites and try and track them down rather than trying to sort of getting lucky, getting them in one of them blind boxes. Got a few of my Series 3 down here. Recently got a few more of those, so I'll be putting them on display soon, and then I'll try and sort of get the rest of them on resale sites again. Then I can sort of focus on my Series 4 ones. And also I said last week if they bring out a Series 5, which apparently they have, which I'm going to be getting onto after I've done Series 4. And they're just a few at the front there from different box sets, like the Episode 1 set we got there. the Ewok one that we've got here. It's missing a couple of Ewoks because my niece and nephew saw them and fancied them, so I let them have them, but I do have another set that I just haven't opened yet. And then we've got an episode 3 sort of set here at the front. So yeah, that's all of them. I do like these Doorables. I don't know why. They're like aptly named. They are adorable. But also they just remind me a little bit of South Park characters. I think it's the sort of style that they went for in them. So yeah, I kind of like that idea that if South Park ever did do their version of Star Wars, like we saw with Family Guy and various other sort of franchises have done it, that the characters might look a little bit like this. But yeah, I just like them. I just think they're a fun little line to have, and also they don't take up that much space. So for having a lot of varied displays, they're quite sort of useful in that sense. Moving up from them ones, we've got a few more Adorables up here. We've got the vehicle ones that I showed off the other week, I think, and also the couple of scene ones that I've got there at the back. Also placed that special edition Boba Fett and Vader that came with the carry case just on top of them. But yeah, I quite like them again. I've put a little grouping down here of a couple of Stormtroopers and a Vader because I thought they looked kind of cool, and I did have them as extras, so that was just a nice little way of grouping them, I think. Then in the superhero section, I've added a couple more characters. I've had them for a while, they just haven't been up in the display. I've got Wong here from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Doctor Strange, also from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think they're both them Marvel Legends ones. Again, I got them pre-owned. But I like both them characters. I would like to get more characters from the MCU, but it's just sort of coming across them, and also they're not sort of a priority for me at the moment, and I know a lot of people collect them, so they're not that cheap to get hold of in my experience. But yeah, I just thought I'd fit them in there for at the moment because we've got a superhero section. I do want to sort of flesh that out, maybe get it taken up another cubicle or so. And I know it's sort of DC and Marvel, it's a bit of a mix, but that's because I've got such few characters I can sort of display them like that. But as time goes on, hopefully they'll each get their own sort of dedicated cubicles. Also been getting these few of these puck lights. I haven't put them up yet, but I've got enough to put one in each sort of little cubicle on here, so I'll be putting them up soon. And whilst it won't really matter too much for videos, I don't think, because I use the light on my camera, just as for me displaying them, they will add to it. So just for viewing for myself. But yeah, I've got to get around to sticking them up, and then hopefully that'll look a little bit better. Anyway, that'll be about it for this week's video. Hopefully I'll get that full tour video up next week. I've done a couple of sections. I just need to edit it all together. But hopefully that'll be done for next week, and we can conclude the State of My Black series. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll be speaking to you in the next video. Take care.